You think your modern car is smarter, safer, and more reliable than ever? Think again. Some of the premium upgrades manufacturers brag about aren't upgrades at all. They're ticking time bombs. And if your car has even one of these features, it's not a question of if it will cause problems, but when. We're counting down 13 features that quietly drain your wallet, increase breakdown risk, and in some cases, even put your life in danger. Let's start with one of the most controversial technologies ever forced into modern cars: automatic start-stop systems. It's marketed as eco-friendly and fuel-saving. In reality, it saves maybe $20 to $30 a year in fuel, while increasing wear on expensive components. Every time your engine shuts off at a red light and restarts, it stresses the battery and starter motor. Yes, manufacturers install stronger starters and deep cycle batteries, but that just means replacements cost twice as much. Some cars even have dual batteries. Constant restarting also increases engine wear and heat cycling. While it won't instantly destroy your engine, it demands strict oil changes. Ignore maintenance, and you're flirting with a multi-$1,000 repair. All this to save pocket change. Now let's move to something that can hurt more than your wallet: auto parking assist. In perfect conditions, it works beautifully. But who needs help parking in perfect conditions? In tight city spaces, unclear road markings, shadows, or moving pedestrians, the sensors can misjudge distance. Cameras can lag. The system can hesitate, or worse, overcorrect. And if you're not carefully hovering over the brake pedal, you could bump another vehicle. Even minor sensor misalignment after a small tap can require recalibration, costing hundreds. A damaged sensor that can climb into the thousands. Sometimes the cheapest solution is simply becoming a better driver. Next up is a feature designed to prevent accidents that can actually cause them: Lane Keep Assist. Lane Keep Assist uses cameras, radar, steering motors, and control modules. When everything works, it gently nudges you back into your lane. But here's the problem: it depends heavily on a clear windshield and perfect road markings. Bug splatter, dirt, sun glare, light rain, a cracked windshield. Any of these can confuse the system. And if you replace the windshield, it's no longer a simple $300 job. Advanced calibration can push that closer to $1,000. On winding roads or construction zones, some systems overreact. A sudden steering correction in the wrong situation can create more danger than it prevents. Now imagine that unpredictability at highway speed. Adaptive Cruise Control. Adaptive Cruise Control sounds like a dream for highway driving. It adjusts your speed automatically to maintain distance. But the system relies on radar sensors often hidden behind the front emblem, a perfect magnet for dirt, bugs, and debris. Minor bumper damage that used to cost $300 can now cost $3,000 because of embedded radar units. In city traffic, ACC can get confused by parked cars, motorcycles, or vehicles cutting in. And when the system suddenly disengages, drivers may hesitate at the worst possible moment. Fuel savings are modest. Repair costs are not. Now here's one that seems harmless, but can be dangerously unreliable: blind spot monitoring. Blind spot monitoring is supposed to add confidence during lane changes. But sensors in the rear bumper corners are vulnerable to dirt, rain, mud, and even small impacts. Motorcycles and bicycles? Sometimes missed. False alerts? Common in bad weather. A misaligned sensor after a minor bump may not show visible damage, but recalibration alone can cost $500. Replacement can exceed $2,000. Technology is helpful. Over-reliance is not. Next up, the most ignored dashboard light in existence: TPMS reset systems. Tire pressure. Monitoring systems are meant to improve safety. But when the light stays on constantly because of a weak spare tire sensor or low battery in one tire, drivers start ignoring it. And that's when real danger creeps in. Each sensor can cost up to $200 to replace. Add recalibration every time you rotate tires, and costs add up fast. A simple $10 digital tire gauge and monthly manual checks are often more reliable than relying blindly on electronics. Now let's talk about a feature criminals love: keyless entry, auto unlock. Convenient? Yes. Secure? Not always. Keyless systems constantly transmit signals that can be intercepted using relay attack devices. Thieves can unlock and start your car in under a minute without touching your keys. Even worse, auto unlock delays can give opportunistic thieves time to slip inside and grab valuables. Sometimes old-fashioned locking is safer. Now here's one that blinds more people than it helps. Automatic high beams. Automatic high beams rely on windshield cameras to detect other vehicles. Rain, fog, dirt, snow, even winding roads can cause the system to react too slowly. Drivers report blinding oncoming traffic because the system failed to dim. A malfunctioning camera can cost around $1,000 to repair. Meanwhile, manual control works every time. Now we move to something that can cause thousands in hidden damage. Panoramic sunroofs. They look beautiful. They make cabins feel spacious. They also leak. Over time, seals degrade and drainage channels clog. Water intrusion can damage electronics, headliners, and wiring harnesses. Repairing sunroof tracks or motors can cost $1,000 to $3,000. Severe water damage can total a vehicle. Luxury feel, luxury repair bill. Now imagine that happening during winter. Automatic climate control. It sounds simple. Set a temperature and forget it. But automatic climate control depends on sensors, actuators, blend doors, and electronic modules. If one fails, the system can stop functioning properly. Repairs can range from $800 to over $1,500. Meanwhile, old-school manual climate systems were simpler and cheaper to fix. But complexity doesn't stop there. Complex infotainment and digital clusters. Modern cars centralize everything into one massive touchscreen. Radio glitch? Fix the whole unit. Climate issue? Same unit. System freeze? You're rebooting your car like a laptop. Replacement infotainment systems can cost $4,000 to $7,000 outside warranty. Even worse, some instrument clusters have gone blank while driving, leading to recalls. Losing speedometer visibility at highway speeds isn't just inconvenient, it's dangerous. Now we reach a feature that quietly stresses engines. Eco Mode. Eco Mode reduces throttle response and forces earlier gear shifts. Sounds fuel efficient, but forcing high gears at low RPM can cause engine lugging, increasing stress on bearings and internal components. In turbocharged engines, lugging can increase carbon buildup and reduce oil pressure. Transmission wear also increases, especially in CVTs. Savings, often less than 1 mpg. Potential repair bills, $4,000 to $8,000 for engine or transmission damage. And finally, the most powerful and controversial feature in modern vehicles, over-the-air software updates. In theory, over-the-air updates fix problems instantly. In reality, some updates freeze mid-installation and brick vehicles, requiring towing. Manufacturers save millions by avoiding physical recalls. But if a software fix fails silently, especially for safety systems like airbags or rear cameras, drivers may think they're protected when they're not. When safety becomes software dependent, glitches become life-threatening. Technology is not the enemy, but blind trust in fragile systems is. Before enabling every feature your car offers, understand the risks. Simpler often means more reliable. If this breakdown opened your eyes, hit like and subscribe for more honest automotive advice that protects your wallet. And tell me, which feature surprised you the most? Because sometimes the smartest move isn't upgrading, it's opting out.